So for my final project, I decided to look at the differences of abuse of alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana. I did this topic because I've been really interested in investing in the marijuana exportation market, and I wanted to take a look at how many users would be interested in potentially using this product once it is legalized, especially for medical purposes. Um, so the limitations for this data set have to do that the data set does not represent the entire population being surveyed because it's possible that they missed out on people to give the survey. People could have lied on the survey saying that they didn't actually participate in any of these activities. The data was only taken between the years of 2002 to 2017, which means that it could be a little bit off and that the times could have been changing and that we don't have a representation from years before 2002, so we don't really know what happened before then. And individuals taking the survey might not even know what the drugs or alcohol are, and they could be naive into thinking that they're supposed to say yes or no if they don't even know what the definition of what they're talking about is. So for my data map, we used the drug data map, and we started off with the dictionary, and our keys were year, state, totals, rates, and the population. And it then got divided up into illicit drugs, alcohol, and marijuana, and tobacco. And then after that, we break up into the users in the past month, and the perceptions of risk, and the new users between the certain ages of like throughout in every age group, depending on. So the first question that I wanted to ask were how many people between the ages of 18 and 25 have used tobacco in the past months in the following states. And I used a bar graph to find this data, and I found out the total of California, Colorado, New Hampshire, and New York. The second question I asked was what the trend of perception of tobacco risk of people between the ages of 18 and 25 in the state of New York. And this was over a couple of years. And as you can see, the trend in perception of risk in New York, and more people have become aware of the New York, in New York, of the risk of tobacco usage. So the third question that I wanted to ask was what is the trend of alcohol abuse in the past year in individuals between the ages of 18 and 25 in the state of New York? And as you can tell from this graph, the rate in which the alcohol abusage, many people were abusing alcohol in around the year of 2009 towards the year of 2010, and then it just had been on a steady decline since then. So many people have become more and more educated regarding the abuse of alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, and many times that this is because of the fact that they've realized how addicted they are and how people need to be really, really careful if ever using any of these items, and that they really shouldn't, especially with all the health problems that people have had. And less people have begun smoking cigarettes, and it's good to know the statistics about tobacco because they've really gained perception. And as you can see in New York, the increase in perception of the harms of tobacco have really, really increased. And people are learning the dangerous effects of alcohol, whether it's the addiction or the overdose or just like alcoholism in general. So it's definitely a good thing that people are learning more and more about the dangers of these addictive drug and abuse